All right, we're gonna go ahead and try to start this thing up. So check it out. Fuel system. Go ahead and follow that. And yeah, why reinvent the wheel? We got it going. I mean, let's go ahead and just use this one here. So let's go ahead and give it some fuel and some sparkage. Ooh, she hot. All right, and we are ready to go. Without further ado, go ahead and give it a shot. I probably wouldn't stand right behind the exhaust though. I don't trust my timing on that. Make sure we don't have a big old fireball up in here. Ooh, she got compression though. Whoa! That sounded good. Let's do it. All right, let's go ahead and give it a little throttle. Go for it. A little more. Ooh, I mean, she's firing. Go for it. Yeah, she wants to run. Probably just not getting enough air because of the cam. Go for it. Yeah, she hot. Oh, a little bit of tuning and she's gonna sound beautiful. Oh man, I like it already. Look at that. Doesn't get more American than that. It's just marking its territory. It's fine. All right, guys. First fire up successful. Kinda. We'll check back in. Well, so you saw we got it started, and it took a little bit to get it started, and that's honestly because I was being lazy, and we pulled that computer and that harness off the Mustang because we actually went Holly on that. So you'll see that in some of the videos. We actually just put a fresh Holly harness on there and ECU, and actually getting that one running, and that's actually a lot more fun. So we pulled this ECU off of the Mustang, and it was already kind of tuned for the setup we had going on there, slightly larger injectors and a much bigger throttle body. So the conditions on this one just were not right. The Mustang's not cammed, this one is. So I had to play with the tune a little bit. I had to get it back to more of a factory tune and add some idle air for the cam to breathe a little bit better. So now we can actually try to start it and see if it runs right. As you can see, these exhaust manifolds, these are some stock truck ones I had left over from when I did the BMW build. Don't worry about that. We actually have some LSx Swap S10 headers that are going to be going on here, little shorty headers, and those ones that say will work perfectly in a G body. So we're hoping. Need to pull off the intake and finish looming all the wire harness in, but that we don't really care about. We do have an accessory bracket that just came in the other day. It will allow us to use the factory truck power steering pump, and that will let us mount that one right about here, and then the alternator gets mounted up over here, because for the G bodies there is a pitman arm down here that likes to move, so we can't put anything down there. Now back here, I just finished up on the wiring harness, and this is the fuse box. Let's see if we can get some light over here. Alright, so I still have some looming left to do. As you can see, there's a few spare wires hanging out still, and this is the new fuse box. This was about 20 bucks on Amazon, and this will hold 6 fuses and 6 relays. We're only going to be using 5 fuses and 4 relays. Took a little bit of wiring up, but nice and tidy on the back end too. Nice and sealed, and it comes with a waterproof cover too, so this will make it nice and tidy underneath. These are going to be the wires that are going to be running to the chassis. This is fuel pump on the yellow, the small yellow. Pink is ignition on. We have 2 for the fans, because we will be running dual fans. And then we have white for tack, brown for check engine light. That's the only things we're going to be running from the PCM to the body. As you see, we actually got her all ready to fire up. So let's see if this different tune is going to make a difference. So, all right, let's give her everything, huh? Fingers crossed, guys. Not even touching the throttle. She's idling. Look at that healthy cam. And check this out. Boom. No delay on that throttle. Real crisp. Yeah, voila. Look at that. She looks a lot better. I really do like those brackets. I wasn't sure how it would look having the power steering pump so high. So, I mean, on the G-bodies, we can't run them down low here. Something with the pitman arm or the steering box is going to come into contact with it. So we decided we were running up high, but we wanted to maintain the factory pump just to save some money. And this ICT billet bracket for the power steering pump, it looks really good. I was afraid it was going to run a lot higher and it was just going to look really kind of weird being so high, but it doesn't look bad, and it actually tucks it down lower than I thought it would. Alternator mount, same deal. So we went the ICT billet, high mount with the turnbuckle instead of the idler pulley. Should be able to get a lot tighter belt tension with that, so I shouldn't have to worry about throwing the belts when we, start hitting it with the sauce. Who knows? Who knows? We'll see. We will have to come up with a better option for the spark plug wires. I'm going to order some 45-degree boots with short boots because these are definitely touching, as you can see, and nobody wants to smell that. So these are the new shorty headers. These are the ones that they recommend for doing an LS swap in an S10, and from what I read, they will do just fine with no modifications running it in a G body, so we should be fine with that. Let's see, nice and everything's tucked nicely on there. It looks really good. And then only 85 bucks for these. Now, I don't have the highest of hopes for longevity, but for now they should be fine. We run into any issues down the way, we can either weld it or we can get better ones. So all in all, we have just a little bit of work to do. So you can see I started getting the loom finished up here, and it actually looks nice and clean, but I still have some wires to loom, and especially all the injectors and coils, but I'd say about half the loom is done, and it's just depinning them, taking off the connectors, and then doing the slip loom, because it's not split loom for the small ones, it's slip loom, so it is a little bit of a pain to do, but it looks better. And then we use split loom for the larger stuff, like the 1/2 inch to 1 inch loom. So a little bit of work left to do on this one. So we were actually thinking of doing the swap sometime in the fall, late fall, early winter, so that way there's not a lot of downtime on the motor. So the Elco is currently running, driving, and we don't want to take that away from him right now, so he can actually enjoy it, because this is the first year he got it. But the more he hears this run and the more we see it being completed, the itchier we are getting to running it. So who knows, we might do it quicker, so we'll see how that goes. Just a little bit of looming left to do, but it is done, it's finished, and we're just going to go ahead and end it off there. Next time we do a video on this motor, it'll be going into the El Camino. We're going to do a video pulling the L350 out, prepping the engine bay, and then getting this one ready to go in. So this one is actually drop-in ready at this time. Only thing we need on is a fuel system in the car to run it. Everything's already there, and since the wire harness and the computer's already done, it's going to be a pretty quick drop-in. I think we'll have this done in a couple weeks from start to finish, and that just gives him some time to prep out the engine bay, because it's a 1978 and it looks 1978-ish under the hood, so he wants to clean that up a little bit and get it looking a little nicer before we go ahead and slap this beauty in there. So until next time, like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys.